Hello, let's do the Minute Cryptic for October 4th. Today's clue is by Liam Reynolds. Leaves Inca ruins in Western Hemisphere. Interesting. Leaves Inca ruins. Ruins feels like it could be an anagram indicator. In can be two things. It can mean put it inside. So it means, hey, whatever's to the left of it, put it inside of whatever's to the right of it. So we kind of split open what's to the right, put it inside. In can also be a hidden word indicator, meaning, hey, so the word's hidden somewhere in Western Hemisphere. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it tells me. I don't know why I count every time. It tells you right there. Stern. I don't think we have a hidden word today. Thought I'd check, but no, I'm not seeing anything there. So I think it's going to be in Western. Now, normally I would say like West would be W, but this is Western. It still feels like it could be a W, but I don't know how we'd be in W. Leaves. Leaves could be our definition, or hemisphere could be our definition. Inca has to be fodder. So are we anagramming Inca and putting it in the middle somewhere? So obviously we don't know what the anagram is yet, but the letters Inca go either across here or across here. And that's going to be in Western Hemisphere or Western, which has to be swapped out for a 3-letter word. What would that be? Would it start with W? Western Hemisphere. Is there some sort of 3-letter word or abbreviation for Western Hemisphere? What would we do here? Leaves. Wayne. I don't know. I think I need a hint today. Let's get the indicator hint. Ruins in Western and Hemi. Ooh, so hemisphere is split up, and Hemi is the indicator, and sphere is going to be the fodder for it. So leaves is our definition, but I was a bit off. I do think we have Inca in the middle. Ruined, which means we need to anagram it, and then it's in. And then Western, I think, is just a W. And then we have hemisphere, half of sphere. E-R-E? Well, oh no, how are we doing that? Because there's too many letters. Oh, the Western hemi of sphere. So west is usually left on a map. So is it S-P-H? But how are we ending in H? C-H maybe? Spinach? And spinach are leaves. Okay, got it. Yeah, the indicator hint obviously helped considerably. I was not even considering the fact that hemi could be an indicator on sphere. Whenever it's one word that gets split up with indicator fodder, I always struggle with that. That's really tough. All right, so I'm gonna at the end I'm always gonna do a little segment where I explain it. If you already understand, I guess you can skip this part. The video's over otherwise. So I'm gonna explain this in detail. Cryptic crosswords are a puzzle. They aren't a sentence, they're a puzzle. And you need to think of them like a puzzle. Even though they sound like a sentence, they are not. So this is a typical formation. There are other formations that do something a little different. You kind of have to learn the different ways that works. But in this particular case, we have our definition, we have our indicators, and we have fodder. Let me explain what all of those are. The definition is leaves. Meaning that if this were just a normal like American crossword clue, we would only get leaves. And then it would be a 7-letter word, and we'd just have to come up with spinach, because spinach is a leaf. And spinach is its own plural. So spinach is leaves. That's our definition. So that is completely ignored otherwise. It's just this lets us check that we got the right word. All right. Now Inca and the sphere part of hemisphere are a fodder. Fodder is used in many ways to just become our answer. And it gets transformed by the indicators. And we have a bunch of indicators in this one. So the first indicator is ruins. And indicators usually affect a fodder that's either to its left or to its right. But you can chain multiple indicators together next to each other also. And they can affect together. So in this case, ruins is an anagram indicator. Now, anagram indicators are kind of the loosest. They're just, hey, this can be anything that could even be construed as mixing or destroying or messing up, or, you know, almost any verbish word could be construed as an anagram indicator. So you always have to consider whether this is an anagram indicator. But usually ruins is a pretty typical one, right? We're destroying. It's like a destroy word, and that can, if you destroy something, it gets mixed up, right? So we're mixing up Inca, and that ended up being INAC, right? So an anagram is just mixing the letters around. So we're mixing up Inca. Now, normally that would go at the start, but we have another indicator here, in, which is telling us, hey, that's actually, this fodder is not going to go at the start. It's going to go inside something else. And so that's why it ended up in the middle of the word. Now, Western is telling us, hey, take the left part of the fodder. And this is actually not affecting Inca. This is affecting sphere. This is now affecting the sphere fodder. And you have to figure all this out as part of the puzzle. Western is telling us take the left half of sphere, which is just SPH. It's saying take the left part of sphere, but we don't know how much of sphere to take. It could be just the S, or it could be more than one letter, but we're going to start on the left side. And the hemi is telling us, hey, split it in half, right? Because that's what hemi means. And so we're splitting sphere in half, and we're taking the left side, and that gives us SPH. So from SPH, we're sticking in the middle of that somewhere an anagram of Inca. So we had to figure out, okay, is it going to be S and then PH at the end, or is it going to be SP and then H at the end? Those are the two options. And then inside of that, we're going to have to mix up Inca. We have to figure out how that's mixed up. And then that's going to create a word that matches our definition of leaves. Now you'll notice in the sentence itself, if we were to read what's called the surface reading of it, leaves is like someone is leaving. It's a third person conjugation of to leave, right? And so they're exiting, they're leaving, they're traveling away from. But that doesn't have to be how the definition is interpreted. And any of the words can be interpreted as an alternate definition as long as the word can mean that. And so leaves are literally like leaves on a tree, and that's spinach. So that's my big explanation for today. I'm not going to do that every video, but every once in a while I am getting comments from people who are newer, like, I have no idea how this works. So hopefully that helped you. I should also point out that if you actually go and you play this, every single one has a video explanation created by the creator of this game. And he always talks about that stuff as well. So a very good resource for you. And in general, this is not invented by Minute Cryptic. A cryptic crossword is a very popular type of crossword in Britain, Australia, other English-speaking countries that aren't US and Canada generally. And so there's a lot of resources out there on how to learn how to do cryptics. And I think Minute Cryptic does a really good job of kind of walking you through how to learn these one day at a time. All right, really long video today, but I hope you enjoyed that explanation. I did say you could skip it if you already understood. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.